Do you think that you have a fear of being seen? Like maybe you want to do social media or you want to get on YouTube and you are freaking out and you're like, you know what? It's a fear of being seen. I just can't do it. In this video, I would like to offer you some insights into what this could be and ways that we can work through it. First thing I would like to offer is that what if it's just you expanding your comfort zone? You're stepping out of your comfort zone. Our brains love our nice and normal life. Whether we feel stuck or not, our brain wants to keep us where we are. It knows this is comfortable. So anytime you start stepping outside of that comfort zone and doing something different or attempting to be seen, your brain, my brain, our brains starts freaking out and going like, oh, I can't. This is danger. No. But really, we're just stepping outside the comfort zone. This is growth. This is expansion. And that's a really good thing. But you have to get to your edge and you have to step over it and you have to keep expanding that comfort zone. The second thing is, what if it's not really fear of being seen, but it's fear of rejection? I think a lot of us have a fear of rejection. It reminds me of the Stephen King book and movie, Carrie, where in it, Carrie's mom says, they're all gonna laugh at you. It's like that. I feel like that's a huge fear of people. Like, I'm going to put something out and people are going to make fun of me. I'm going to get rejected. It's going to be awful. Like all the worst case scenarios. But what if it doesn't? What if you get praise? What if it's exciting? One of the reasons I joined Toastmasters a few years ago was because it was such a warm and welcoming and supportive environment. And so maybe that's what you need, is to try something like Toastmasters, where you're going to have this supportive environment. And the more you do it and the more positive reinforcement you get, the easier it becomes. And the more that you have these positive experiences, whether you do Toastmasters or not, just any positive experience, any positive feedback that you get, if you can make a mental note of that. So whenever your brain starts freaking out and telling you, I can't do that and people are going to hate me for it or whatever, you can say, yeah, but remember that, even if it's one person, remember that person who thanked me for what I said, and that person who was really grateful for the message, or that they didn't feel alone because I shared my truth. The third thing that this could be, instead of just fear of being seen, is emotions. We are human. We have feelings. We have emotions. And so, again, when you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, the feelings start, right? The heart starts racing and we get maybe tight in our stomach and we're sweaty and everything. And to go back to my Toastmasters experience, I remember before I would give a speech and people would ask me how I am. And initially I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. I'm so nervous. But I learned to reframe that, to call it something different. Because I remember reading at one point that our brain doesn't know anything except for what we tell it. So when you're feeling these emotions and these feelings are coming up, you can either say, I'm so scared, or you can say, I'm so excited. In the body, it feels the same way. But if we tell our brain that it means I'm excited, then it shifts that energy and we can just like breathe a little bit easier, think a little bit more positive. And instead of contracting, we expand. Now, outside of those normal human experiences or those fears, it could also be things like a witch wound. I don't know if you've heard of a witch wound, if you follow any spiritual guidance, community stuff, whatever, any of the woo. Somebody has probably said something about the witch wound, that we had past lives where we were witches and we were burned at the stake, and therefore, of course, we don't want to be seen, because when we were seen, we were hurt. But we are living in very different times now, and that is much less likely to happen. So, but it doesn't stop it from being that fear, or maybe a remnant that's holding us back and making us self-sabotage. Another thing, as far as spiritual things, is it could be a contract or an agreement, like a soul contract. I'll tell you, for myself, with my little sister, I always felt like she was the successful one, and she was in the limelight, and she was always, so wonderful. And here I always felt like I wasn't allowed to be. If she was shining, I wasn't allowed to be. But I did some work within the Akashic Records, and I was able to revoke that contract. And so now I don't feel like she's the only one in the family that's allowed to be seen. I'm allowed to be seen too. So I was able to take care of that within the records. And so if you're feeling like you're stuck, like you have these self-limiting, these beliefs, these patterns, or maybe you think that you're not wanting to be seen is because of a past life trauma, or because of some contract or a soul agreement that you have that you would like to revoke, I do offer one-on-one sessions if you would like to work with me, and we can see if we can clear those for you. Just go to march4soulwork.com and reach out to me. Overall, the thing to focus on is, one, to remember it's about your audience. When we focus on ourselves, it's a lot easier to be scared. But if we're remembering that this is a service that we're providing and we're doing something for our audience, we want to help our audience, we want to share some information that we think they need, or we're sharing our business that we think that people need. So focus on your audience, and that will maybe help alleviate some of that stress or that fear of being seen. There was a quote that I saw where she said, "There are no unique messages, only unique messengers." So if you feel called to share something that's on your heart, or you have a business that you are doing or whatnot, you're being called to do that thing by your soul. You are meant to do it. And only you are able to share that message in the way that only you can. Doesn't matter if everybody else is saying the same thing. Everybody is saying it in their own way. You can say it in your way and not be afraid of sharing that message. And the final thing I'd like to leave you with is just to let go of those expectations. Because it's like, even when we work in the Akashic Records, like, I can't know what's going to happen. All I can do is trust that whatever comes through is what is needed and what is meant to share. And once the session's over, once the video ends, you just have to be done. Close it out and move on. Start with the next client, the next video, and whatnot. If we get so hung up on what we did or didn't do, or we're stressing, we're obsessing about that, then we're trying to control something that we have no control over. So we just need to trust that whatever is meant to happen will happen, and whatever's in our person's highest good is what they're going to get. We trust that we provide that service, and then we let go. We walk away. And we keep moving forward. Perfect. Okay, this is our Oracle deck section. And I have this Fearless Fight Like a Girl deck that we're going to use today for this video. So, what do we need to know about fear of being seen? What can you tell us about fear of being seen? All right. So the card that jumped out is 5, the vulnerable fight. And the vulnerable fight says, now is not the time to put your guard up. It's not the time to hold your cards close to your chest or mask your truth. It's time to practice the greatest strength of all, vulnerability. Let yourself be seen in your most naked truth. You may gain or lose the desired outcome, but you will win unity with your own soul when you are willing to be seen. Oh my God. Oh, legit, this fell out of the deck. I love it so much. You will win unity with your own soul when you're willing to be seen completely, without shame. Your authenticity is your practical magic, and the greatest weapon against the shame that wants to keep you small and compliant. Unmask, play your hand, let your cards be seen, and your truth be known. If this resonated with you, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Did I miss anything? Please share that. Or if there's something else that works for you, I want to know that as well. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Just remember to march forth and do good things. I love you. I'll see you next time. Bye.